All right, everybody, we're here with the Otto Wilde grill. This bad boy just came in, and I'm super excited to use it. Looks like it came from their Georgia facility, but it's designed, and I'm not sure if it's manufactured in Germany, but we're gonna find out.
So here we go, fresh unboxing. All right, let's cut it open and see what we got.
Ooh, okay, very cool. All right, we've got, looks like what we have here is the user manual. We'll be referring to that, so I'll chuck that over there. Hank, don't eat it. That's our dog. Cool black foam, I like that, nice touch. Looks like this is the hose for the propane tank. So we'll see if we have everything we need there in terms of adapters. I've seen some other videos, so I kind of know what this is. I think this is the handle that you use to crank the meat up and down closer to the flame. And I believe this is a bottle opener. Alrighty. Oh, what is this? Okay, some kind of a clamping mechanism. Again, nicely branded Otto Wilde. Let's check that out. Here as well. All right. Lifting off the initial foam. It's really nicely protected. Wow, looks really, really cool. Almost reminds me of like the Wolf type stoves with the red ignition switches here. And then check out the front here, maybe. So we're do a full circle here. My daughter's helping me on the camera. She's the pro YouTuber. So we'll see what we get here. All right, foam packaging, everyth's there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing out. Let's see what we got. Whoa, it is heavy. But no, a lot of weight. But it feels substantial and it feels like a really solid product. Let's check out in the back here. So this appears to be, I would imagine, where the gas is going in. Some kind of clasping unit here. What does this say over here? It says lever control. So I guess we'll figure out what that is in a little bit too. Looks like there's two burners, two independent starters. That's why I think that is that. Looking venting on the top here, really cool. I like how they did it on the diagonal. It just kind of gives it an extra little custom touch to it. And then these must be the infrared burners right here. Maybe we can get a shot from the inside. Very good. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and take this part out. I'm assuming that this is going to be the grate in German, so it leads me to believe that this is packaged in Germany. Okay, that's the grate right there. Not quite sure what the material is. Either some kind of a steel or cast iron, but kind of looks similar to what I have on my Weber grill. Looks very solid. Not very thick, but I guess you don't need it too thick. Most of the heat fires from the top. Maybe you can just get a shot from underneath here looking up. So those are two burners that get it up to that scorching 1500 degrees. Oh, very cool here too. Pat LaFrida. So he is the meat king of New York City, and he is one of the celebrity chefs who has endorsed this product. Looks like some kind of a drip pan here, and that's it. So let's go ahead and wrap that up, and then we're gonna take it to the next part where we put things together. Okay, everybody, so we got it out of the box, and a bunch of stuff going on here. Again, I think this is for the gas hookup right here. That's my, probably easiest guess. This lever right here, so Taylor, go around the front if you could. And so if I move this from the plus sign over to the minus, it drops. So my assumption here is it's probably just the amount of resistance that you have when you put the lever in. I think the lever, if you come over to this side, I think the lever goes into here somehow. Oh, okay, nice. And then that lifts the the actual grate. So when you have the grate in there, so I think just pop that bad boy in there. Once you have your meat on there, you can bring it closer or further away from the flame, depending on what you're cooking and the level of sear that you're trying to get. You also have the drip pan here, which is nice. You know, I've found with other grills that I've had, like my Weber grill, any of the drip pans, I generally just cover it with tin foil. Gives it a little extra life, makes my life easier in terms of cleaning it, because I can just crumple it up, throw it in the trash when I'm done, and then put some new tin foil in there. If you come around the back here, the other thing that you know, jumps out at you right here are these two latches. I'm not quite sure what this is. Trying to open either side. Maybe you have to unscrew it first. So I'll figure out what that is, and I'll let you guys know later on. But that's pretty much it in terms of the unboxing. That's what you get. We have some pictures included in there as well. I'm gonna read through the manual now in terms of setup and kind of figure out how to get this bad boy set up, and we'll fire up for the first time. All right, everybody, so we moved locations out to the outside because I didn't want to do this inside my garage, but let's go ahead and set it up. It's just on my patio right now. I actually plan to build a little stand for it right next to my other grill. So the logo's right here. Really cool, nice little detail touches. Don't know if the camera picked that up, but let me slip this in here. And okay, so here we are, a mechanism to bring it up and down. Here's your standard blue rhino tank. You can get these all across North America. For the most part, and I don't know what the standard thread is, but this seems to be the normal thread for pretty much any grill. So let's see if things just kind of fit out of the box. So again, the hose seems to be some kind of adapter in there as well. We're gonna have to figure out what that is, and I haven't done this before, so let's see how intuitive it is. Okay. So we have a pretty good sized hose here. I would say this is about 4 feet, maybe 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet, somewhere in there. Okay. Okay, it says no wrench on it, so I'm just gonna hand tighten it. And then we've got the piece right here. I would definitely suggest reading the user manual. I'm just trying to do this just to kind of test how, you know, I could do this, just, you know, being intuitive with it. If you're going to do this on your own, definitely read the manual. I do not suggest doing this without reading it, but that's just how I roll, so hopefully nothing explodes. Again, just standard blue rhino tank here. Let me go ahead and attach the light. All right, so we got a little bit of a shadow there, but this is the user manual. Pretty much confirms that everything I was talking about. It suggests right here to have the propane cylinder about 24 inches away from the actual unit, so we'll go ahead and do that just to make sure that we're at a safe distance and following all the recommendations. So that's it. We're gonna go ahead and open the valve here, get the propane going.
5 minutes later.
We've got ignition. The second one is on. That is it. That is our start. Here again is the lever to bring the meat up and down. And we are now cooking, or we're going to be cooking, with the Otto Wilde grill. Okay, so you know, you may have noticed when we first started it was a very blue flame, and a couple of minutes has passed, and it just continues to get more and more red. Definitely kicking off a lot of heat right now. So. Yeah, that's it. Let's give this thing a shot. Guys, one important thing to note here is that the arm that's used to move the grate up and down closer to the heat source is also doubles as the tool that you use to remove the actual grate. So again, okay, so we got a nice New York strip here. It's about 0.89 pounds. It's got a nice rind of fat on it. Again, I have never cooked on this, so we're gonna see what happens here. So again, I'm gonna bring this out, and just because we're kind of rushing it here, just use my hand, stick this bad boy on there, and you hear that heat. Taylor, get down and really get the. Okay, so on the side here, there's something called a meat-ometer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in, and we're gonna bring this bad boy up to the top and see what happens. So again, that heat is really coming all the way from the top. Coming all the way from the top. Just kind of see what's going on here. We'll bring it down for a second. You're starting to get a little bit of a flip on there, and it's just rendering the fat and really cooking it at that super high heat. So again, just going over that meat-ometer, we have it right now at 1, which is absolutely the highest setting, which was actually too high. It was actually touching the burner. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it here and try to get it a little bit crisp and browned up. Thanks for the tongs, Taylor. So I didn't follow my own advice because I was just too excited to try this thing out. I didn't put the tin foil on the drip tray. But let's kind of take a look at that. See where we're at. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it on the light here. So I kind of brought it up a little bit too close. I'm gonna flip it. I'm probably not being 100% right, but let's see what we can do. Get that other side a little bit crisp. So I ended up moving it about 90 degrees, just on under one burner. See if I can get a more even crisping on it. Okay, so I'm just going to take it out. I guess you can remove the whole grape, but I'm just going to use my tongs and put this bad boy down. Let's give it a little rest and cut her open. All right, so we're just going to turn off the unit, just move those over to the off position, and then close the tank. And that's it. Let's see what we got. All right, so we've given the steak a little time to rest here, probably about 3 minutes, just to kind of let the juices set back up. If you can get close to it, you can hear it's got a nice little crust on it. Again, first time doing it, I'm gonna have to play around with this to get a little more familiar with the unit and kind of figure out how to, best cook. It looks like we got a nice medium rare here. Perfect. Character of it, but yeah, so that's the Otto Wilde grill. We're gonna experiment with a bunch of different meats and fish and everything else and see what we can do. Thanks for watching. All right, Taylor, time for the taste test. My daughter likes it pretty rare, so Taylor, what do you think? So back out here after we taste tested the steak, which was absolutely fantastic. Again, got to dial in my use of this thing and kind of figure out how to best time it. But I would say the steak, we kind of came in and out of these shots. It probably only cooked for about 3 minutes total. So it was super quick. It's been about 10 minutes since I was inside there doing the taste test and the shot of the meat. Just touching it, it's still pretty hot to the touch. It's a cold day out here in Boston, I would say. We're at about 45, 50 degrees right now, so it's going to take some time to cool down. Again, just set it up on the patio here because we want to do a quick demonstration. But I'm going to build a little shelf for it right next to my Weber grill and then start using it and look forward to testing out more things. But again, Otto Wilde Grill from Germany.